What's going on, family? It's your guy Bora, the Lucky Libra, in the building. Thank you for tuning into another episode. Shout out to all my newbies in the building, all right? But as y'all can see by the title of the video, it's time for us to get into the energies of September. Happy first of the month, everybody. Happy first of the month. All right, guys. New energetic theme, new cycle. Everything that deals with the number one there's gonna be some new influences behind that. All right. Don't mind me if I'm a little bit sketchy and hesitant with my communication. I'm really trying to challenge myself to not be as much of a potty mouth, guys. All right. I'm really trying to challenge myself. Okay. So, but once again, I hope everybody's in great spirits as you tap into this video. It's September, guys. It's September, and this is the month that transitions us into the fall season. All right. Shout out to all my Libras. Shout out to all my Scorpios. Y'all already know what it is, man. Throw up your set, man. But my bad, Virgos. My bad. This is y'all-ish right now. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Relax. All right. I'm just saying. Our shit is a little bit right there. That's a curse word right there. But anyways. Okay. This is why, Virgo season is that significant, because this is the season that prepares us for that transition into the fall season. All right, guys. So it's September. Happy first of the month. And let's get right into the energies. So what I've been harping on for about past week and a half, we start the month off with Venus going direct. That's the first thing that happens on the 3rd of the month. Venus is going direct. I'm going to be making a video talking about things that we need to keep in mind about Venus going direct. But we know when a planet goes direct, this is now a time where we can deal with a sense of application from all the things we learned from the retrograde process, all the things that it came to reestablishing new values, acknowledging the things that we value in our life, bringing understanding to the karma and the circumstances we've created in our life by the positive and negative things we valued. We may have had a lot of things dealing with the people, places, and things we're connected to, partnerships, relationships, or things that we value in general, make us have to look at our self-esteem, make us have to look at our sense of self-worth. So all of these different type of influences that we went through, now that Venus is direct back in Leo, is going to be around 9 or 10 degrees when it goes direct on the 3rd. But we have a lot of Leo to cover. So it's going to allow us to give us a good time frame to reestablish these new values. And because Leo is dealing with creative birth energy, this transit with Venus being in Leo, with it being retrograde and with it being direct, is ultimately helping us to see how to be more expressive, of what we value within ourselves, right? So a lot of these different circumstances we manifested were things that were actually spiritually pushing us to be more expressive about our self-worth or our value in different circumstances, depending on where you have Venus at in your chart, where you have Venus transiting in your chart, aka your Leo house. Also, depending on the activity Venus transiting your Leo house is having with your other planets in your chart, is depending on what type of circumstance and what type of area of your life these type of experiences, as far as challenging you to be more expressive about your self-worth and whatnot. This is how you would be able to gauge why they stemmed in these areas. For some of you guys, it may have been in a career space. For some of you guys, partnerships may have triggered these things. For some of you guys, it may have been in a creative space in general, where you were challenged to be more expressive about your worth when it comes to creative attributes. So when it comes to all of these things, we want to make sure when Venus goes direct, we utilize the rest of the Venus in Leo transit to establish the new value system from what we just learned and experienced with Venus being retrograde. All right, guys? Definitely a lot of new morals. Excuse me, guys. Definitely a lot of new morals and relationship standards and outlooks and perspectives we may have in relationships and love matters in general. So let's utilize this time to start moving more accordingly based off of what we just experienced. All right, family, Libras, Tauruses, and even a smidge of Pisces. You guys, because Venus is your ruler, well, let's keep it at Libras and Taurus for now, all right? Because Venus is exalted in Pisces, so they catch some influences of Venus. But as far as the rulers, Libras and Taurus, Sun, Moon, and risings, and Venuses in Libra and Venuses in Taurus placements, you guys have to be very aware of what you just experienced right now, because since you're the Venus ruled signs, with your ruler being retrograde, it's more magnified in your life. So everything about Venus energy, the things that you like or love, relationship, activity, things you're connected to, things that make you feel good, and how you push out Venus, express or connect Venus to other people, right? Love, pleasure, warmth, building connection, relatability, support, how you receive it and connect. All of these things, you're the one that's supposed to be walking as the example as of how to conduct Venus energy in a proper way, right? In a spiritually wise way, in a healthy way. So with more awareness comes more responsibility. So just make sure you guys are in a state of application and leading by example for your own, not for others. Leading by example with this flesh to your own spirit, that you can be more wise with how you conduct Venus energy in your life. A lot of the times when it comes to our powers, they can get the best of us, but true power is learning how to control these different aspects of yourself, and learning how not to take advantage when you understand how to claim power in your life. So I can make a series about that right now for all zodiac signs, how our power gets the best of us. Every zodiac sign, some type of shape or form, their ruling planet, all the good things and the powerful things we can name about that planet and the attributes that come with their energies can overpower, the zodiac sign in itself. So that's just something to keep in mind for my Venus dominance out there. Libra, Taurus, Sun, Moon, risings, and Venus in Libras and Tauruses. All right. Now on the 4th, Jupiter goes retrograde, guys. All right, until the end of the year, December 30th. Okay. So we've been aware that we're dealing with this Jupiter in Taurus transit all the way into next year. And while it's retrograde, everything we've been experiencing for the majority of this year, because we know Jupiter is trying to bring expansion to through our Taurus house, right? That is the area of our lives right now where Jupiter's teaching us things. It's placing us in more long spread out experiences so we can expand, extract the knowledge in the course of a lesson, right? Jupiter stays in a sign for, a little bit over a year. So it takes all these lessons and experiences, series of experiences, can all just to lock in, one type of philosophy or ways of looking at a house, So it's just very important to understand the functions, or understand what type of experiences you've been attracting in your Taurus house this year. What do you feel like Jupiter has been trying to teach you in this house? Jupiter in Taurus is about bringing expansion towards being able to be wise with how to deal with the physical realm. All right. And it's also about evolving how we look at the physical realm, material possessions, evolving superficial values, mundane values. This Jupiter in Taurus has been a year where a lot of us have been pushed and challenged to break down how we overvalue things that we shouldn't be valuing. Jupiter is a way more spiritual influence. So when it gets into a sign like Taurus, that damn near rules the physical realm, we could say that rules this earth realm, right? This is why Tauruses can naturally have superficial tendencies. This is why Tauruses can have, they have motherfucking, oh man, it's another curse. That's 2 curses, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time. I think I'm doing all right. This is why Tauruses, they could just have such sensitive taste buds and sensitive to all the senses and touch and things dealing with, actually, that you can, is tangible things and whatnot. This is why they're like this, because they have this connection to the earth realm and embracing, experiencing the earth realm. But with all of that being said, when Jupiter gets in there, Jupiter's like, yo, we can experience the earth realm, we can experience the elements of the earth realm, but let's not stay content. Let's not start to overvalue, the material when there's a spiritual influence behind the material. As above, so below. Jupiter, make sure it reminds you that where it's at. And it wants to have more of an expanded outlook on anything. So if we're trapped into any mindset of things in the matrix, the earth realm, materialism, finances, survival mode, Jupiter's snapping us out of that. And it may go through a series of experiences to challenge how we look at building our state of security and stability Taurus, security and stability. So, with all that being said, now that Jupiter's going retrograde, I believe this is going to be a period from now to the end of the year that we get to actually make these realizations and recollect, like, damn, this is why I was experiencing that, for the majority of the year trying to build this, or, this is why that wasn't working, because, I was being more called to expand on this, or I wasn't applying my experience with this. Like, that wasn't shooting that. Sometimes when you really spiritually in tune, like, or how to be open to being, you know how to be open to life. You know how to let God guide you. God guide you. You know how to, too much G's. You know how to let God guide you. You'll be able to spiritually pick up why something may have not been successful, because that wasn't in your path, that wasn't in your route, and be able to accumulate with the experience, be able to observe what experience or wisdom you're supposed to accumulate with that situation, transition into something else. So, retrogrades always help with that, right? We're wrapping up Venus retrograde and Mercury's retrograde, so we're making a bunch of these realizations as I speak right now. All right, guys? But, Jupiter retrograde is just going to really give us that period to, download new philosophies on how we look at security, stability, and how we can apply the wisdom, knowledge, experience, expertise, skill that we have in a certain area, right? And have more of an optimistic, abundant way of building stability in the physical realm. That's another thing that Jupiter in Taurus is teaching us. You notice I use the phrase survival mode. Jupiter don't do survival mode. Taurus don't do survival mode. Taurus is the sign dealing with the monetary gains. So Jupiter transiting Taurus is helping us to be more, a little bit more spiritually aware of the gifts and tools that we have, skills, experience, knowledge, and wisdom that we have to help us shift things in the material realm. All right. And I feel like a lot of us are, running into those breakthroughs right now. So, keep thugging the process out, guys. We got so many gifts, but the way this matrix is set up is purposely designed for us to work very hard to get reconnected back to those things. All right. So that's what we got going on. Jupiter going retrograde until December 30th. All right, guys. Now on the 14th, new moon in Virgo at 21 degrees. All right. So if you have any planets in a mutable sign around 18 to 23 degrees, 18 to 24 degrees of a mutable sign, Gemini, 18 to 24 degrees of Gemini, Sagittarius, or Pisces, you guys are going to be picking up on this energy the most. All right. And we know the new moons is dealing with new aspirations, new cycles, birthing new energies. Now, we already got, we're already going to be experienced as hell with our transit through Virgo season, because this is already going to be around 21. This is going to be at 21 degrees. So that last decan, that last 10 degrees of Virgo, we really get to go into September. We really get to go into September, not even just September, but excuse me, I'm correlating this, what I'm saying, to the sun's transit. It's just the new moon transit, but the new moon meeting the sun at 21 degrees. After that, we can really get a head of steam on really locking in some of the new things we add into our routine and schedule in that last, portion of Virgo season, with the new moon giving that touch around 21 degrees. All right. So guys, continue to hold it down. Find what's really working for you, what's not working for you, with everything dealing with building, scheduling. Keep observing your well-being through things. Right now, you guys are starting to realize how certain things you've been connected to all year is actually affecting your well-being, your mental health in some type of shape or form. The sun is in Virgo, so now we're having more clarity and awareness and being able to see these things, okay? Schedule and routine is a struggle for a lot of people. It's been one of my toughest struggles in my life in general, all right? And I'm feeling more encouraged, getting that sun in Virgo energy around this time of the season. I'm a Cap, so, obviously that's going to hit me in a more motivational way to get things done and build. But at the same time, we all have to put that time, energy, effort, because even if you feel like you got 60, 50, 70% done in one day, or you've made 60, 70% progress towards establishing a new sense of a system in your life. Even though you ain't hit 100, all that progress adds up, all that momentum add up. By the time Mercury goes direct, by the time we're in the midst of Libra season, you're going to be moving and grooving, right? You in the fall season, you got a new sense of regiment. And fall season, winter season, is a season where you need regiment. When we get into spring and summer, yeah, it gets a little loosey and goosey, right? We want to express ourselves. We want to go live and experience. But when it gets into the fall and winter season, we have to learn how to sustain ourselves through a different, shift of a temperament in the world or whatnot. And this is just a season in general where we want to make sure we just feel secure, closing out the year, starting the new year. Whether if you're looking at it from a astrological perspective in the spring, or you're looking at it from a modern day calendar or whatnot perspective in New Year's, either way. So with all that being said, I just want everybody to keep that pep in their step. We're making sure we're stabilizing things we're supposed to stabilize and taking our time doing it, right? And taking our time reprocessing and reflecting and recollecting and revising and rewinding and everything with all right, while Mercury's retrograde, okay? So, yep, new moon in Virgo at 21 degrees on the 14th. All right, guys. Now, on the 15th, Mercury goes direct. So right after that, next day, Mercury goes direct, guys. All right. So we could look towards things picking up. The technology and everything been a mother fizzer, shut your mouth since Mercury been retrograde. I've been watching. It'd be funny as hell watching other content creators sometimes deal with struggles in they live streams or whatnot because Mercury be retrograde. I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. Keep saying astrology's fake. No, astrology's fake. No, astrology's fake. All right? Good luck with your weak Wi-Fi. I'm really trying not to curse there. I couldn't even think of a way to describe something without a curse. Goodness gracious. It's the hood guru, y'all. It's the hood guru. All right. So Mercury goes direct on the 15th. Geminis, Gemini placements, Virgo placements. Hold it down. Don't let the mind drive you too crazy. I told y'all a lot of answers can come to y'all in this period. Okay. Try not to go out your way to be in extra investigative mode. All right. Or being proactive all the time or taking initiative all the time. Trying to find something out. Gemini, you a little worse with Virgo when it comes to that. I used to think Virgo was worse than you when it comes into doing the most to investigate and get some evidence or stuff. But Gemini, you proactive. You be in the streets talking to everybody trying to find something out. Virgo research low key. All right, but anyways, let's not get too caught up. Mercury going direct in the 15th. All right, all my Mercury dominance. Keep going through, your process to discover what you need to discover, everybody in general, but I just got to shout out the rulership signs. All right. Then on the 23rd, y'all already know what it is. Do I got to say it? The sun enters Libra. All right. On the 23rd. All right. It's Libra season, start of the fall season. And this also means this is the start of the sun going to sleep. All right. Hold on, guys. Right. So this is the start of the sun going to sleep. This is the start of the sun being in a subconscious space. The sun is in its fall state. We don't be seeing the sun as much during this time of the year. So, there's more of an emphasis on how our relationship activities affecting our sense of stability and security, or obviously around Libra season, we start to realize more things about our relationship tendencies, who's there for us, who's reliable, who can we build with, who we need to detach from, and how we can continue to stabilize ourselves, or support ourselves, through the fall and winter season based off of the connections we have and the interactions we've made in the external realm. All right. It helps us to find balance between our personal life and how we're connected to things in the external realm. So that's what Libra season is all about. But one thing that's significant about Libra season is the fact that when the sun gets into there, guess who was already in there chilling? All right. And he wasn't really in there chilling. He ain't never really chilling, but Mars was already in there. So by the time the sun gets into Libra, we already know Mars don't like being in Libra. So we may have some static in our relationship activity when the sun gets into Libra. All right. It may already be some transformations in motion by the time the sun gets into Libra. All right. So one thing we need to be aware about at the start of this Libra season is not coming in taking extreme action on things, while because of the intensity that may be in that house, all right, or the intensity and transformation we may already be dealing with within our relationships when the sun gets into Libra. All right. One thing about the sun in Libra, usually when the sun gets into the sign, it makes you more proactive or more expressive with that energy. But one thing about the sun in Libra, the sun is actually, in its fall state here. So we can be more in the mind, more in an observational state during Libra season. But at the same time, the sun is still going to charge a sign up. So we can be way more proactive and eager to make decisions when it comes into relationship activity. So we want to be wise about how we're doing things. We want to be wise about how we're doing things in relationships and how we're dealing with people in our lives right now, since Mars is in Libra. All right. It's just that when the sun and Mars are anywhere close to each other, they turn into the craziest WWE tag team you done ever seen. They gets busy together. Okay. So I don't want us getting busy in a counterproductive way in our relationships. We can be very extreme in this from now leading into the end of Libra season, or leading into, I would say, the top of Libra season, with that combination of Mars energy lingering in there by the time the sun gets in there. All right, guys, cardinal signs, Capricorns, Aries, Cancer dominant sun, moon, risings. Y'all know the sun gonna be in Libra, so it's gonna be hitting y'all with square and opposite alignments. So all my cardinal signs are gonna have to learn how to jump into more relatable energy, right? It's gonna have to learn to understand how relationship energy does bring a benefit to Cancer, your emotional stability, how you build the home environment in your life. Aries, in some type of shape or form, supporting personal aspirations, passions and goals. And Capricorn, in some type of shape or form, you're gonna have to deal with some type of relating, connecting with others when it comes to what you're trying to build and structure in your life. So that's when you guys get challenged with some of that energy, that relationship energy, when you get strong Libra transits. You're already picking up on some of that right now while Mars is in Libra. So some of those signs I just named, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Risings, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Risings, and Aries, Sun, Moon, Risings, you guys might actually be dealing with aggressive relationship activity. A lot of y'all right now. I didn't get a chance to do Mars and Libra influences yet because, we had to get that full moon energy out the way. All right, and I wanted to make sure I get energies of September out the way. But y'all could definitely look forward to Mars and Libra influences before I wrap up the weekend. All right. And last but not least, on the 29th, to close out the month, we got a full moon in Aries. Talk about extreme. There's some things I want to recap about what happened this full moon week. All right. So me, myself, I got a new job gig myself. So I'm still I'm still in the midst of getting a new routine together myself. All right. I'm a Virgo moon in my solar return year right now. So when you talking about working, it's been all type of things dealing with work this year. All right. But anyways, guys, full moon in Aries on the 29th. Okay. Full moons are extreme. We're still in full moon energy right now, right? Heavy heart, heavy emotion, all right? But heavy realizations, heavy synchronicities, heavy downloads about things. So while it's in Aries, we want to pay attention to that Aries house. And this transit is going to help us to give a dynamic of how we may be too self-invested, or how we may just, it's going to pretty much light up our Libra Aries axis. So it helps us to see the imbalances, between personal aspirations and our relationship activity, how they support each other, how they may be a detriment to each other. All right. We're going to feel heavy on a lot of personal passions. So we can project on people that we feel like been in the way, distracting it when we've probably welcomed and invited them into our life. All right. So obviously around that time, we're going to go through them energies. But family, once again, happy first of the month, all right? I wish everybody a fruitful, prosperous, abundant, positive month, all right? And I know that's exactly what it's going to be for y'all, okay? Shout out to all my Virgos. Happy birthday, Virgos. Happy solar return. Y'all continue to live it up and be the example for us to have some stability going into the fall season, because we're going to need it, right? We're going to need it. Thank God I don't live in New York no more, because it gets crazy up there during winter time. It ain't that bad. I'm in VA. It ain't that bad out there. Y'all tell me in the comments where y'all at. I want everybody to drop their location in the comments if you made up to this point in the video. And y'all already know what it is. It's the Lucky Libra tuning in, tuning out. Peace.